You are now live.
Who's there? I guess I should come see before I go back. Hi, Lisa. And Lisa, two Lisas. And Andy, hello. How's it going? Welcome to Watch That Rock Pilates Live. I think we have a couple more folks joining us, so we'll wait a couple minutes and then we'll get going. Yay! Welcome to my humble abode. So, I recommend having a mat. I recommend having the phone somewhere you can see it for reference. Obviously, you'll hear my voice, which is really all you need, but Bianca will be here doing the movements. Here she is, my lovely assistant. Aww. She'll be here doing the movements as I lead you guys also through the system. And so she'll be a great body for reference for you. You can always take a peek and see what she's doing. Great, we'll get started in 2 minutes. No, 3 minutes, 8:05. In the meantime,
Does anyone have any questions?
yeah, good. If anyone has any questions before we get started, type them here. We'll try to answer before we go. Who's that? I know, we have to look sideways. It's so silly. 12th Generation Studios. Hi, 12th Generation Studios. How are you? Welcome.
Yay.
Hi, Molly. Hello. Welcome. We're going to get started in a couple minutes. Thanks for joining.
Why don't you explain a little bit about why we're doing this?
Sure. So, why are we doing this? So I'll sit so I'm not like hanging out on my knees. We are doing this because Bianca and I are both Pilates aficionados. We love it. We're kind of like big geeks about it. Hi, Sydney. How are you? We're going to get started in just 2 minutes, waiting for a couple folks to join. I was comprehensively certified in teaching Pilates last year, 2018 in April. And I've been teaching mat Pilates for 2 years. I love Pilates as a healthy system of movement, which is why I've fallen in love with the whole system. Mat is certainly one of the easiest. So we were just talking about it before we got started. And we were saying, a lot of people might be intimidated by Pilates. A lot of people might, maybe I was just talking to my best friend who lives in Minnesota. She was saying that there's no Pilates studios in the city of Minnesota, that they're 30-minute drive away, and that can be a little inconvenient. So we just wanted to bring something to all of you that you could do at your home. We're doing it at my home, and you can do it at your home, and it makes everything really easy. Hopefully I'm not too intimidating, so you can feel like you're getting a hang of the movement, and if we keep working through this together, I think you'll start to see yourself build strength and get more and more familiar with all of the Pilates terminology, even the order, and over time you'll develop a really awesome practice, which they say yoga is a practice like more commonly, but Pilates is definitely also a practice. So we're excited to share it with you guys. And we'll start at 8:05 in 1 minute. Let's lay down. You'll lay down, I'll stand up. And I just want to mention, I will be leading you with my voice through the system. Bianca will be doing the exercises as I talk about them. If you have any body limitations, please listen to your own body. Since I'm not there and I can't see you, it's going to be really important that you're just honest with yourself. Anytime you're up in a Pilates curl, which is this exercise, arms out by your side, Bianca, and then curl up into your Pilates curl, head, neck, and shoulders curl up off the mat. We'll be in this position for a lot of the class. Anytime you're here and you start to feel it in your head, neck, and shoulders, you can just roll your head, neck, and shoulders right back down. Take a nice big deep breath. Inhale, exhale, come right back into it whenever you're ready, and join us with the movement again. So if it feels like it's working and strength building, that's okay. If it feels like there's pain, definitely stop immediately with anything that we're doing in the workout, okay? Pain is always not something that I want you to work through. Cool, so let's get started. Please go ahead and lie down flat on your mat. Arms long by your side, feet flat on the mat. Knees are bent, and I want your heels to be pretty close to your bottom. Good. And then I want you to just take a couple breaths here. Inhale into your rib cage, your belly, and your pelvic floor, which is the base of your body. It's a sling of muscles at the bottom of your body. Take a nice big deep breath. Inhale and expand all of that area. And then exhale, and just let the air come out. Don't think too much about the exhale. Good. Keep going just like this for a couple more breaths. And while you just start to breathe, feel your back on the mat. And just start to take notice of where you are in space. I don't want you to move anything or adjust anything just yet, but feel the back of your head on the mat. You should have some space behind your low neck. That's a natural curvature of the spine. You'll feel the back of your body on the mat. You'll feel the low ribs on the mat all the way from the shoulders to the bottom of the ribs. And then you should also feel a little bit of space below the low back, enough for like a big blueberry to be there. That means that you're in your neutral pelvis, which is usually where we will be working from in our Pilates exercises, unless I say otherwise. Then, after that, you feel your sits bones, or the tops of your glutes on the mat, I should say. And then you feel your feet on the mat. Good. And bring your attention back to your breath. So take a nice big deep inhale. And imagine that you have a zipper starting at your pubic bone and ending right at the bottom of your rib cage. And then take an exhale, and on that exhale, zip the zipper up all the way. And then take a nice big deep inhale. It's like you went out to eat and you ate too much pasta, which I do often, and you have to come home and put your jeans back on, and they're just a little too tight. So on your exhale, you cinch the abdominals in, you zip that zipper all the way up, and you keep the jeans on, and then start to breathe into the back of your ribs. So the abdominals are corseted shut or gathered together, and your ribs start to expand behind you on your next inhale, and then you exhale there. Good. Abdominals are still corseted. Take 2 more breaths just like that. Inhale, abdominals stay shut. Exhale. Good. Take a nice big deep inhale. Let the rib cage expand, and then let the middle of the ribs melt back together just gently. Nice. On your next inhale, squash your blueberry behind your low back. So I want you to find a little pelvic tuck. Pull your pubic bone towards your face, and then on your exhale, rock your pelvis back to neutral. Good. And then inhale, crush your blueberry. Exhale and release. This is just a little pelvic tilt, waking up that low spine. Inhale and squash. Exhale, release. Good. Keep going just like this for a couple more breaths. On that squash of the blueberry, you're thinking about imprinting your low back into the mat. I want you to also think about the space from your pubic bone to your sternum becoming a little bit shorter. Not because you're pulling your pelvis towards you, but because your belly button is pulling down towards the mat, and that makes the space just shorter. 1 more breath just like that. Inhale, squash, exhale, release. Good. And then on your next breath, float your arms straight up to the ceiling right over your shoulders. Bring your right leg up to tabletop. Bring your left leg up to tabletop to meet it. Zip your knees together, and then float your right toes down to the mat, hinging at the hips. And then exhale, bring the right toes back up. Inhale, drop the left. Exhale, come back up. We're in our marching here. So 1 leg goes down, and exhale, the next leg goes down, and exhale. Good. Every time you come up, Bianca, can you squeeze your inner thighs together? Yeah, exactly. So there's lots of hugging of the midline action happening here. Good. With the core sit still, and also with those inner thighs. Good. Just 1 more on each side. Good. And last 1. Good. And then on your next exhale, float your arms back behind your head. Oh, watch the bookshelf. It's okay. And then exhale, bring the arms right back up to the ceiling. Good. You breathe the arms back. They come right by your ears. You exhale the arms back to your shoulder blades. Good. Keep going. And I want you to imagine that you're pressing through honey. So a little bit of extra tension to work through the air, bringing the arms forward. Nice. Now bring your attention to your breath. As your arms go back, your rib cage must stay shut. So it's really common for us to bring our arms back and splay the ribs. That's not what we're doing here. You can see Bianca's ribs never pop. She's hugging this midline the whole time. Good. 1 more time. Inhale the arms back. Exhale the arms forward. Good. Now, curl. Go ahead and place your feet down on the mat. Everybody can do that. Place your feet down on the mat. Bring your hands down by your sides. Take a breath. Probably your core is already feeling like a little woken up. It's a little toasty in here. It's winter in New York, so the heaters are nice and hot. Now we're going to work into our Pilates curl. So Pilates curl is something we're going to do through the entire class, and this is how we're going to get into it. First, you start with that breath. Take a nice big deep inhale. Exhale, zip the zipper up. Let your ribs melt together. And from this rib connection, curl your head, neck, and shoulders up off the mat. Hover your arms by your hips. And then roll the head, neck, and shoulders back down. Good. So you only come up to the tips of the shoulder blades. We're not coming up higher on this one. Take a nice big deep breath. You gather the ribs, and out of necessity, the ribs can't go anymore, so the head, neck, and shoulders must curl up. And then you exhale and roll back down. Good. Bianca's going to do about 3 more of those. So are you at home. If you're asking me questions right now, I can't see you. I don't think you are, but just mentioning, we will do some Q&A after the end of the class. Roll up into your Pilates curl. Good. Exhale, roll back down. Let's just do 1 more. Inhale, exhale, pull the ribs together. Float your head, neck, and shoulders up. Stay here. Take a nice big deep inhale. Exhale, go deeper into your curl. See if you can curl up 1/2 inch more and hold for 4 and 3 and 2 and 1. Roll your head, neck, and shoulders down. Beautiful, Bianca. Bend your knees into your chest. Now we have our official warm-up. If you thought that was the warm-up, we're just getting started. The 100 is the official warm-up in the Pilates exercise. That's what we're going to do now. It is supposed to create heat in your body. It should be the only exercise we truly need to be totally 100% warm. Start with your knees pulled into your chest like so. Hug your head, neck, and shoulders up off the mat. Look at your abdominals. I should not see anyone's eyes if I'm standing in front of you. I see the forehead and your eyes are on your belly. Arms go long by your hips, hovering off the mat. You send your legs to a high 45-degree diagonal, or if that feels like too much, the modification is to bend the knees into the chest, keep them at tabletop. You can stay here. Start to pump your arms up and down, Bianca. Inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Inhale for 5. Exhale for 5. You're pumping those arms long and strong. I like to think of them as 2x4s from my body, all the way from my shoulders, all the way to my fingertips. So not just wrists, not just forearms, the whole arm up and down, like you're splashing water below you. Yeah, I think you're about 4 breaths in. And exhale, who knows? You're halfway there. Inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Stronger arms with that whole arm. Yeah. Exhale. Now imagine having an ice cream scoop. Every time you exhale, I'm coming around, I'm scooping ice cream out of your belly because I love ice cream and I'm stealing yours. Good. Just 3 more breaths here. Inhale. If it gets to be too much, you can either bend your knees or lower your head, neck, and shoulders down at any point during this exercise. Good. This is your last breath. Inhale for 5. You got it, girl. Exhale for 5. 3, 4, 5. Stop pumping, bend your knees. Lower your head, neck, and shoulders down. Take a breath. That's the 100. Pretty excited.
Very exciting.
Very excited. Good. All right. So send your legs long on the mat. Next we go into our roll up. Your legs zip together. Imagine you have a $100 bill in between your knees. I don't want you to lose it. It's very valuable. Flex your toes back towards your face and send your arms straight up to the ceiling like we did in our rib cage breathing. Tuck your chin into your chest. Look at your abdominals. And then curl all the way up to a seated position. So peel your spine up off the mat. Dive your fingertips forward over your toes. And then stay here for just 1 second. I want you to think of a capital C shape in the spine, not a lowercase c. So you use your abdominals to find a little bit of lift in your rib cage. See that? That was amazing. Go back to the other way, Bianca. Haha. That's kind of cool. That's probably a great stretch, but I want your abs to be working, so pull those abs in. Beautiful. And then from here, tuck your pubic bone towards your nose. Pull your belly button in. Roll your lower back onto the mat like you're going to get the waistband of your pants down, then the middle back, then the upper back, and then your head, neck, and shoulders. Take a nice big deep inhale. Exhale, curl all the way up. This is our roll up. Reach forward. Beautiful. And then roll all the way back down. Let's breathe with this. Squeeze those inner thighs together. Flex those toes. Inhale to roll up. Dive forward and reach. Capital C. Exhale to roll down. And just 1 more like this, nice and slow. Inhale, roll up. If this is too much, you can bend your knees a little bit. Place your feet flat on the mat and give me like a half roll up and down. Let's show everybody what that modification would look like. Good. Just in case we have some beginners out there, no shame in that game. We'll get there. This is where we start. So just go ahead, tuck your pelvis, roll halfway back. Find your abs start to turn on. They pull in to catch you, and then you roll all the way back up. Find a nice reach, the same way you did in that other one. Can you reach forward? Just get that stretch in the back. Good. And then sit up nice and tall. Tuck your pelvis, roll halfway back. If you're at home and you already did your full roll up, you could be doing this with us. This is a really challenging position. And then roll all the way back up and reach forward. One more time. Inhale, round back. Try to get your knees straight up to the ceiling. Yeah. And then roll all the way up. If this is enough for you, stay there. Bianca, roll all the way down to the mat. Beautiful. Send your legs long. Flex your toes. Zip your legs together. We're going to do 4 fast roll-ups. So 1 count. We're going to inhale, roll up quickly. Go. Inhale. And then exhale, roll down fast. As soon as your shoulders touch, you inhale and roll up for 3. Exhale and roll down. Flex your toes. Good. Inhale, roll up for 2. Exhale, roll back down. Beautiful. One more time. Keep those shoulders away from your ears, everyone. And then roll all the way back down. Bring your hands right by your sides. Bend your right leg into your chest, not both knees, just one. And take a little stretch here. So pull that knee into the chest. And I want you to feel a little stretch on the front of the hip flexor from pulling so much. Good. And then send your arms on by your sides, right down onto the mat. And flex your left foot for me. Imagine that your right foot is still right next to your left foot, so that left inner thigh is engaged towards the middle of the body still. Send the right leg up to the ceiling with a pointed toe, and from your hip, turn the leg out just slightly. And then you're going to make a half circle with your leg. You inhale around in a half circle, and exhale, lift straight back up. Inhale halfway across, and exhale to lift. That's it. So a half circle across the body with the inner thigh, and then exhale, use your abs to lift the leg back up. The abs draw it back in. Good, keep going for 3. Here, they say you want no mambo hips, so make sure your hips are not rocking, which brings me to a good point. Why watch that rock, Jenny? Stop the leg. I'll tell you as you reverse the direction of the leg. So you go straight down, across, and up this time. Inhale down, exhale to lift. Watch that rock came from this exercise exactly because as I found myself cueing it with my first couple of clients, I would constantly say, watch that rock in your hips. And this is where it comes from, ladies and gentlemen. I know you've all been dying to know. This is your last one. Stop, bend your knee into your chest. Take that stretch one more time. Good, send the leg long. Flex both feet, zip the legs together. So find that nice reset position where you're squeezing the inner thighs, both feet are flexed. Bend the left knee into the chest. Send the left leg straight up to the ceiling with a pointed toe. Arms long by your side. So when your arms are long by your side here, sorry, I'm going to have you hang out here for just 1 second. Your whole back body is hugging the mat. Your arms are pressing down. Fingertips to shoulders. Don't forget your wrists. And then start your single leg circle. Halfway across the body, straight back up. Inhale, make a half circle. Exhale to lift. You have 5. Ooh, watch your hips. That's it. So how do I negotiate my hips here? I pull in more on the abdominals. The more I go into this corseted position, when you've done 5 reverse directions, you're going to go straight down, across, and up. The more I corset, the more stability I find in my core for my hips. And that's what it's all about. 3, I don't know how many you're doing. That's probably the last one. It's good. And then hug your knee into your chest. Take that stretch. Beautiful. All right. Bend your right knee into your chest. Both knees are bent in. Place your hands behind your thighs and rock up to a seated position. Yeah. And then scoot your butt forward on the mat a lot. We're going to set up for rolling like a ball here. Your knees are bent into your chest. Your heels are very close to your butt, and you wrap your hands around your legs. Your palms are going to be on your shins, all 10 fingers facing each other, and then around your spine in a nice big C curve. Beautiful. So when you round here, again, you're looking for that capital C shape, so those rib cages lifted. And then hinge back just slightly, so you're right behind your sits bones, tucking your pelvis, and you lift your feet off the mat just like Bianca, hovering here. Now, we're going to do our rolling like a ball first. You roll to the tips of your shoulder blades only. You don't go beyond that. So take a nice big deep inhale. On your exhale, tuck your pubic bone so much that you roll back onto your back to your shoulder blades, and then exhale, roll back up. Good, keep going. Inhale, rock back. Exhale, roll up and stop at the top in that tucked position. Good, keep going. So there's a lot of mechanics happening here. You're pressing your shins into your hands and your hands into your shins. You're pulling the heels into the butt, and you're tucking the pelvis so much that you rock and roll. And all of that stability is happening in the core. So you use your core as your gas to go back. You use your core to come back up as your brakes too. Gas. Pull it up and brakes. 2 more times. Inhale back. Exhale up, hold at the top. This is my favorite exercise to do ever, every day. Come back up and stop. Good. So you're hovered here, right? Heels are off, round spine. Don't fall when I tell you to do this. Tuck your pelvis, go back 1 inch, like you're gonna put the low back of your pants on the mat, but you're not gonna fall. Hold there for 5 and 4, 3, 2, 1. Come all the way up to the top and hover and pause. Then tuck again and roll back just half an inch more, but don't fall. Press your hands into your shins, guys. Pull your heels into your butt, and then roll back up. 1 more time, you go back about 2 inches, but don't fall. If you fall, it's fine. You come back up, you reset, whatever. But try not to. And then exhale, come all the way up to sit. Place your feet flat on the mat. Beautiful. And then just go ahead, scoot your butt back, lie back down on the mat. You can give me a roll down to get there, or you can get there the same way that Bianca did, just comfortably and carefully. This could be a little break. Take a nice big deep breath. Good. Next, we go into our ab series. Our ab series is 5 exercises in one sequence. We'll do all 5 of them today. We'll take a break, a short break in between each exercise. So go ahead and pull your knees into your chest. Good. And curl your head, neck, and shoulders up off the mat. Take both hands, put them on top of the left knee. Take the left hand, drop it down to the left ankle. So 1 hand on the knee, 1 hand on the ankle. This is to keep you inside your Pilates box, which is shoulder to shoulder, hips to hips. This like rectangle, we want to work inside that box so that we keep all of the action towards the core. Send the right leg long. And get a nice stretch here. So you're sending energy out this toe and you're pulling that left knee in, and then you switch legs and switch and switch and switch. Your arms switch with the legs at the same time. You have 5 and 5. Keep breathing. Inhale for 2 and exhale for 2. Inhale, inhale, exhale, exhale. Last 2, 2, 1. 1. Knees come in, lower your head, neck, and shoulders down. Take 2 breaths. A nice big deep inhale. Exhale all the way out. 1 more big deep inhale. On your second exhale, curl your head, neck, and shoulders right back up. If this is too fast for you, take a longer break and then you come to join us. Now we do our double leg stretch. Bianca's gonna scoot forward. You might need some space behind you for your arms. Okay, first we're just gonna break this down. Arms first. So you're curled up in your Pilates curl. Arms go back by your ears. Arms circle around to your sides, hug your knees. Inhale the arms back, just like our rib cage breathing. Exhale, come forward. Don't let your ribs pop. Don't let your head come down. As your arms go back, exhale, come back forward. Now send your, no arms, send your legs to a high 45. Exhale, bend your knees back in. Inhale the legs out long. Exhale, the knees come in. Beautiful, B. And inhale. And exhale, in. Take a breath. Lower your head, neck, and shoulders down. We add those 2 actions together. Curl your head, neck, and shoulders up. Send your arms behind your ears. Send your legs long. Everything goes away. Everything hugs back in. Circle the arms, grab the knees. Inhale everything away from each other. Exhale everything in. You have 3 more. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, in. 2 more. Use those abs to pull everything in. Last 1, out and in. Hold here. Bring your knees closer to your forehead closer to your knees. That's it. 3 and 2 and 1. Lower everything down. Take 2 breaths. Inhale. Rock your neck side to side, rock your hips side to side, wherever you feel you need a little bit more release there, whatever's tighter. Then we set up for our scissor. On your next exhale, bring your hips back to center, hands on your legs, curl up into your Pilates curl. Both legs go straight up to the ceiling. Both hands come behind your right thigh, calf, or ankle, however high you can get, but focusing on this back straight leg. Good. Lower your left leg down halfway. And then pulse your right leg towards your face twice. A tiny pulse, 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 and then switch legs. And pulse, pulse, and switch. And pulse, pulse, and switch. Keep going just like that. This is your scissor. As the legs go by each other, squeeze those inner thighs. Think about stretching the back of the leg here. That is beautiful, Bianca. And that pulse, pulse is happening from your low abdominals. So you pull, pull, and pull, pull. Good. 1 more time each side. Pull, 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 pull. Bend your knees into your chest. Lower your head, neck, and shoulders down. And breathe. You're a rock star.
Oh,
so are you at home. I'm sure you're doing amazing. Thanks for following along. We will have questions after class. I'll answer some questions. Also, if you are feeling like it's going fast or crazy or you're not sure, you're like, I don't look like Bianca, you'll keep tuning in. We'll keep doing it. I don't look like Bianca either, especially when I do scissors. Everybody is different, and we'll all get up to the same speed. You'll start getting stronger and stronger and stronger. I promise. Hug your knees into your chest. Hands come behind the head for this one. And then you curl your head, neck, and shoulders up. I don't really mind. You can either stack the hands. Okay, that's fine. You can either stack the hands or interlace the hands. That's option one. If you have any low back issues, lower your head, neck, and shoulders down while I say this. If you have any back issues, you're gonna take your hands and make a diamond shape like this, and you're gonna place them right underneath your sacrum. Ideally, your fingertips are underneath your butt. Like, I should see your fingertips, Bianca, when you're curled up. So bring your hands forward a little bit more, actually. Yeah, there you go, tiny bit. Yeah, that's it. Good, good, good. And then that's for anybody with low back issues. Curl your head, neck, and shoulders up. But now, peel your elbows up to the ceiling so they are working. Yeah, they're not just hanging out. Send both legs straight up to the ceiling. Pilates stance your feet, which is heels together, toes apart. A baby-like first position in ballet, but not a big one. Tiny. Lower your legs halfway down. Inhale. Exhale, lift your legs all the way back up. Inhale to lower. Exhale to lift. Let's play with tempo. Lower down fast on one count. Lift up slowly for 3 counts. Lower fast. Lift up slowly for 3 counts. One more time. Lower fast. Lift up slow. Bend your knees in. Lower your head, neck, and shoulders. I want to give one caveat to this. Bianca, do it the wrong way. Curl your head, neck, and shoulders up. Send your legs straight up to the ceiling. Lift your butt off the mat when you come up. Lower your feet down. Exhale, lift your legs. She lifts her butt. That's not the exercise. Let's do it the right way. Lower the legs halfway down. Exhale, lift your feet, but keep your butt down. That makes your core work more. Bend your knees into your chest. Lower your head, neck, and shoulders down. My clients say to me, oh, that's harder. And I'm like, yeah, it is. That's what we're doing here. Cool, right?
If it's easy, it's not Pilates.
That's so true. Okay, let's do it one more time. So we did our fast down, slow up. Let's do our slow down, fast up. Hands behind the head or behind the low back. Bend your knees into your chest. Curl your head, neck, and shoulders up. Lift your elbows up to the ceiling. Pilates stance your feet. 3 counts to lower. 3 and 2 and 1. You're halfway there. Exhale, use your abs to lift. 2 more. Inhale, slow. Exhale, up on 1. One more time. Inhale. Exhale, lift. Bend your knees into your chest. Lower your head, neck, and shoulders down. Rock your hips or your neck side to side. Good. And then we move on to our crisscross. Bring the hands behind the head once more, definitely for everyone. Bend your knees into your chest. I want everyone to think elbows super wide on this exercise. You're gonna think that this is similar to a bicycle. It's not a bicycle. Why is it not a bicycle? In a bicycle, we're usually bringing our elbow to our knees. Not what we're doing. I want you to think elbows wide, armpit to knee, so I'm finding much more rotation in my torso. See the difference? Cool. Let's do that. Knees are bent into your chest. Curl your head, neck, and shoulders up. Your right leg goes on. Your right armpit twists to your left knee. Bianca should be looking at you in the camera. Smile. And then switch sides. Same thing for you guys. Good. Keep going. That's how much rotation you're getting. It's like you're twisting your whole torso to be parallel with the walls. That's it. Good. You have 5. Keep breathing. 5 and 4 and 4. 3, 3, 2. Wide your elbows. And 1 and 1. Come to the center. Lower everything down and breathe. Ladies and gentlemen, that's the end of the ab series. Yay! That's the hardest thing you'll do all day. Nah, I don't know if that's true. But it's not one of the easiest. Place hands behind the thighs, rock up to a seated position. Let's set up for our spine stretch forward. So scoot your butt back on the mat. Your legs are long and they open to the corners of the mat. Flex your feet. Arms go long in front of your shoulders. Beautiful. Now, I want you to, before we move at all, take a nice big deep breath. Put on that corset. Pull the low belly into the low back so that your low back lifts even higher out of your hips. That was good. You grew like half an inch. Now, you can imagine that I'm right there with you doing this. Bianca, put your whole back on my leg, including your head. This is a seated Pilates curl, guys. So what do we do in our Pilates curl? We only curl up to our shoulder blades. So you're going to peel off to your shoulder blades, round your head to your chest, reach the arms forward, curl in that capital C shape. Use your abs to rebuild the spine up all the way. Good. Inhale, tuck your chin to your chest, peel to your Pilates curl, and reach, pulling your abs back towards me, and then rebuild the spine bone by bone. Sometimes our shoulders want to really creep up here. Try to keep those shoulders nice and plugged into the sides of the spine, and then exhale, roll back up. We're going to do one more. On this one, I want you to press your arms down into imaginary tabletop and reach forward at the same time so there's tension in those arms. Exhale, rebuild the spine bone by bone. Beautiful. Open your arms just a little bit. They're still in your periphery, but they're a little bit wider. Feet are in the same position. You can either imagine that your feet are up against a wall, or you can actually move in your space and put your feet up against a wall. the idea is that when we do this saw exercise, your heels are never going to have one lead in front of the other. They stay on the same plane. Twist your torso and face me, Bianca. Good. Now dive forward and saw off your right pinky toe with your left pinky finger. Lift your back palm up to the ceiling and gaze back towards it. And here you're still thinking about that nice capital C shape. Rebuild the spine up bone by bone, so roll through the back. Twist and face the camera. Good, same thing. Dive, saw off the pinky toe. See how Bianca flips this back palm towards the ceiling and gazes at it. That arm is reaching forward. Now, one more thing to think about here. Even though she's diving left, her right hip is pulling back right. That's what's keeping those feet nice and stable. Rebuild the spine up bone by bone. Twist the torso, face me. Dive, lift the spine, twist and reach and dive. Lift the spine, twist, reach and dive. So we can move quickly through this. Beautiful. And every time we twist and reach and look back, can you think about twisting half an inch more in the torso? Good, like you're wringing out a dish rag. Good, one more time towards me. You can also move more slowly through this, guys. If you're feeling like this, like twist and dive and twist and dive, tempo is good for you, totally fine. Beautiful. That's our saw. Let's move on to some work on our belly for extension work of the back. So flip on over to your abdominals, lay down flat on your belly. Your forehead will be flat on the mat. Yeah, that's, yeah.
Other way?
No, that's fine. Beautiful plank. Just make sure you have room for you're gonna want room for your arms eventually to extend long in front of you and your legs to be long behind you. But first start with our swan, hands stacked one on top of the other, forehead on top of the hands. Legs are behind you relaxed, so separate your legs a little bit, inner hip distance apart. They're not super wide, they're not zipped together, they're like here. And then turn your toes to face each other, a little internal rotation. This is gonna relax your glutes. I don't want your glutes to work in this exercise, I want your abs to work in this exercise. It might be counterintuitive, but this is how it works. So take your nice big deep inhale. Exhale, pull your belly button into your spine. Like if there was a little tiny flame coming up from the ground in the middle of your belly button, you'd be lifting your belly button off so you don't burn yourself. That makes your pubic bone here and your hip bones here press down into the mat. Keep that position and then lift your hands up off the mat and let your head float up off the mat with you. Good, and hold here for 3. And 2, it's all about lengthen the spine so you grow longer, not come higher. And then you lower the head down, try to get your head closer to the wall. So if I'm thinking about, I started with my hands here, I lift up. Can I lengthen and put my hands down on the mat further ahead of me than they were before by finding more length in the spine? Good, do that again. Inhale, lift the head, neck, and shoulders up with those hands. Hold, drop your shoulders away from your ears, Bianca. Everyone, drop your shoulders away from your ears. Exhale, lengthen and lower. Check in with your glutes. Are they doing the work? If they are, take a minute, shake those hips, ask them to relax. Good, pull your belly button in, draw your shoulders down your back, lift your head, neck, and chest. And then lengthen and lower all the way back down. Good. Prop yourself up onto your forearms, like Bianca. Good. So you're up on your forearms. Your elbows are wide outside your rib cage, but right underneath your shoulders. And you're and then you can make a fist with one hand, and then take the other hand and wrap. Oh, that's not what I want to do. Yeah, let's do that. Sorry. So forearms flat on the mat, 2 fists. Break your wrists like this, and bring your knuckles together like you're wearing 2 rings and they're touching on both hands. And then press your arms into the mat to lift your chest up higher. You have a nice, tall, proud chest. And the abdominals still engaged, yeah, but see how Bianca just lifted her head? I want you to drop your gaze just slightly so that your neck stays in line with your spine. It's all about that spinal alignment. Good, and then zip your legs together behind you. Now, take your right heel and with a pointed toe, kick your heel to your butt twice, kick, kick. And then lower that right foot down, and your left foot lifts and kick, kick, and lower. Good. And you go back and forth, right kick, kick, and left kick, kick, and right kick, kick, and left kick, kick. You're going to keep going like this for a little while. Your hamstring is doing the work. Your hamstring is on the back of your thigh. Your pubic bone is pressing so far down, and your belly button is pulling so far up that you're trying to eliminate as much rock forward and backward in the body as possible. Yes, it's a challenge. You may not ever not rock, but that's what we're working to achieve. It's the ideal optimal one day. Press this part of your back up into my hands. Yes! Did you guys see that? Go back to where you were, Bianca. That's where she was. A little bit, you know, slouching into her shoulders. Press up. Good. That's what I want you all to do at home. One more time on each side. Right and left. Lower your feet down. Beautiful. Now, bring your right cheek onto the mat. Bring your hands behind your low back onto your spine, stacked one on top of the other, low back. So a little, yeah, good. You know where I'm going. Zip your legs together. And then, actually, Bianca had the right idea. Slide your arms back up to the middle of your back so that your elbows hang to the side. And you feel a little bit of a stretch here in the pull of the front of your shoulders. Good. Zip your legs together. And then you have that $100 bill in between your knees again, okay? So they never separate. Press your pubic bone down into the mat. Pull your belly button up. Kick both heels to your butt 3 times. Kick, kick, kick. Drop your feet back. Lift your head, neck, and chest up. Look at the mat and lengthen your arms over your butt. So you're a nice big swan with extended shoulders. Exhale, roll back down. Bring your left cheek onto the mat. Zip your legs together. Kick your butt 3 times. Kick, kick, kick. Feet down, arms lengthen, chest lifts into your swan, and you switch sides. And you kick, kick, kick. Feet down, chest up, arms long, switch sides. And kick, kick, kick. Feet down, chest up, arms long, switch sides. Kick, kick, kick. Feet down, chest up, arms long, switch sides. One more time. Kick, kick, kick. Feet down, chest lifts, lengthen and lower all the way down. Good. Just come back and sit into a child's pose. So, feet together, knees open wide, arms long in front of you. Just fold forward. Go ahead and engage your abdominals here. So we're not just hanging out like in yoga. Not that that's a bad thing. That's just not what we're doing right now. So go ahead and put that corset back on. Pull the belly button in and feel a little bit of space there. But bring your attention to your pelvic floor, which again is that sling of muscles at the bottom of your body. So inhale and feel the base of your body, your glutes essentially, expanding, or we say it in Pilates, sorry. Is Instagram gonna like contact me and tell me I can't say genitals? What? I don't know. You feel your genitals expand. And then you exhale all the air out. I want you to think about opening, relaxing, and releasing your pelvic floor. And then just exhaling the air out. We don't have to worry about doing anything on the way out. Our body just does what it's naturally going to do. Good. And then one more nice big breath, expanding the booty. And exhaling all the air out. Somebody said something, but I don't know what they said because I can't read it. I'll check after I finish. Good. And then roll up to sit nice and tall. Beautiful. Good. Come to lie on your back. We're gonna do a little shoulder bridge. So lay down flat on your back. We're going into some shoulder bridge. Arms long by your sides. Your knees are bent, your feet are flat on the mat. For this one, I want you to get your heels as close to your butt as possible, but your legs should still be inner hip distance apart. So again, we're not super, super wide. Our hips are not that wide, and we're not zipped together. We're at this like nice, comfortable inner hip distance. Good. And then you're gonna make sure again that you're pressing your arms into the mat entirely, from fingertips to wrists to elbows to shoulders. Open your chest just a little bit, Bianca. Yeah. So feel those shoulders kind of just drop into the mat, but make sure that that does not make the ribs splay. So we can open the pecs without splaying the ribs. Yeah, keep the ribs shut, but this is nice and open. Good. And then tuck your pubic bone towards your nose. Press your feet into the mat, press your hands into the mat, and peel your hips up to the ceiling, bone by bone. And then roll your spine down like you're a melting something. You're melting down. Your upper back, middle back, lower back, like you're a melting Wicked Witch of the West. And then press your arms down, peel your hips back up. Good. And give me 8 pulses up to the ceiling here. You have 8. 7, keep squeezing your knees together, or not squeezing, rather, but just make sure they don't go out to the side. They really want to open. We don't want them to do that. 3, 2, so the knees are always reaching up straight to the ceiling. And then melt your spine down, upper, middle, lower. Take a nice big deep breath. Inhale, tuck your pelvis, peel the hips up. Now take your right knee and bend your right knee into your chest. And send your right toes straight up to the ceiling. Flex your foot, lower your leg halfway down so you meet knee to knee like this. Point your toe and kick the leg straight back up. You keep those hips high and even. You lower the leg halfway down with the flexed foot. You point to kick. 3 more. Inhale to lower. Exhale, point, kick to lift. 2, inhale down. Exhale, lift. You're still squeezing those glutes behind you to keep those hips nice and high. You're still keeping those abs engaged so those hips are not rocking side to side. Bend the knee in, place the foot flat, and you go to the other side. The left knee comes in, straight up to the ceiling. Flex to lower. Point, use some invigoration to kick. Good. 4 more. Inhale. Exhale. 3, and exhale. Keep those hips high. I know it starts to burn at this point, I think. Was that the last one?
One more.
One more. 5. Bend your knee into your chest. Place the foot down. Lift your hips higher. Hold them there. Higher, higher, higher. And then melt your spine down. Upper back, middle back. Tucking your pelvis all the way down. Lower back booty. Beautiful. Good. Come up to stand. Hands come behind the thighs. Rock up to a seated position. Let's do a teaser. And then let's do some planking. So this is how we'll end. Okay, folks. The teaser exercise is probably one of the most, other than I think the 100, the most like Pilates specific unique exercises. So this is how we do a teaser. Go ahead and lay back down, Bianca. Sorry, I told you to come up, but then I changed my mind. Everybody lay back down. We're laying down for our teaser. Good. Okay, we'll start with our teaser 1 here today. Arms go straight up to the ceiling, right above your shoulders. Bend your knees into your chest. If you want to watch Bianca do the first one so you see where you're going, feel free. Otherwise, you can give it a try at home. Send your legs to a high 45-degree angle. Good. And then tuck your chin to your chest. Curl up the head, neck, and shoulders till you come all the way up to a seated position. You are hovering right behind your sits bones. Your pubic bone is still reaching for your nose. Your arms are reaching for your feet. Your toes are pointed. And you're holding here. At this point, I'm just talking to distract you because I know it's challenging. And hold for 3. And 2, and 1. Melt your spine down to the mat, but don't move your feet. Roll down bone by bone. When your shoulders touch, bend your knees into your chest. Take a breath. Good, that's our teaser. Stop. Teaser time. Let's do another teaser. Arms straight up to the ceiling. We're going to add something on here. Send your legs to a high 45. So our teaser 1 that we just learned. Tuck your chin into your chest. Roll all the way up to sit. Hover right behind your sits bones. You are not perched up on your sits bones. That is cheating. You are tucking, so you're right behind it. Lower your hands down to the mat. Tap them and lift them right back up to your shoulders. Lower down, tap, and lift. Keep those arms straight. No bending of the elbows. One more time, down and up. Reach for your toes. Melt your spine down when your shoulders touch. Then you bend your knees. If you feel like teasers are too much for you today, we'll do them in 3 weeks, and you'll be able to do them. You'll be like, what? It's crazy. Let's do one more teaser here, and then I'll show you guys a modified teaser before we move on too. So send your legs to a high 45, arms straight up to the ceiling. Actually, put your hands behind your thighs, rock up to sit. Let's go into that modified teaser here, just so that everyone gets it in if they feel like they couldn't get there from there. Feet flat on the mat. Good, sitting up nice and tall. Arms long in front of your shoulders. We start from a seated position here. Tuck your pelvis. Hinge so that you're right back behind your sits bones. Your abs are engaged. Lift your right leg up to tabletop. Lift your left leg up to tabletop. Good, and you hold here. Squeeze your legs together though. Make sure they're shut. You're hugging that midline. If it's okay for you here, send your legs to a high 45. Good. This time, lower your legs down 3 inches. Don't move your back. Lift the legs back up. Good. Just 2 more times, Bianca. That's it. Exhale to lift the legs. If it was the teaser was enough, you just stay there. 1 more time. Good. And then bend your knees. Place the feet down flat and rock yourself forward. Seesaw forward. Beautiful. And then come up to stand. We end with our plank today. You're going to stand at the back edge of the mat. We're going to be in Pilates stance, which I mentioned earlier, is heels together, toes apart. It's not a full like ballerina first position. It's supposed to mimic the anatomical shape of your body, so that the way that we're made is just a tiny little like if you saw a skeleton, right? That's what they say. The feet like would hang kind of just like open a little bit. Good, so that's where we are. Arms up to the ceiling. Take a nice big deep breath. Put your corset on. I don't want to see your arms up to the ceiling and your chest out. Your ribs open. They're shut. They're right underneath you. Tuck your chin into your chest and roll down, just like we did on the mat, but now we're standing. Find your hands on the mat. Walk your hands out to a high plank position. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Your hands are right underneath your shoulders. That's it. Your belly button is pulling into the spine. You're engaged. Tuck your pelvis just slightly, so pubic bone to nose, and send a lot of energy out your heels and squeeze those heels together, Bianca. Good. I want you to be actively pressing the floor away from you. That is helpful. Your arms are working. Good. And hold for 5. Make sure your neck is in line with your spine. Good adjustment, Bianca. It was so slight, but if you guys saw that, that was really awesome. I don't want your neck to hang. Let your neck hang. We're not doing that. Lift your neck super high. Higher. We're not doing that. Good. Bring it into alignment. Good. I know. That was like some extra plank time. Hike your hips up to the ceiling into a downward dog. Walk your hands back to your feet. You're hanging here over the front of your body. And then take a nice big deep breath. On your exhale, tuck your pelvis and roll up. rebuilding the spine from the abdominals, bone by bone. Arms come right back up to the ceiling, and we go right back into our plank. Tuck your chin into your chest or our front support in Pilates. Roll down off an imaginary wall behind you. Find your hands on the mat. Walk your hands out to a high plank position. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Your hands are right underneath your shoulders. Pubic bone is tucked slightly. Energy out your heels. Neck in line with your spine. Pressing the floor away from you. Pulling the belly button in. There's a lot that happens in a plank. Good, and just give me, if you have it in you, 3 Pilates push-ups. If not, you stay in your plank. You bend your elbows narrow towards your rib cage and press back up. It is a tricep push-up in Pilates. Good, and then tuck your hips up, pike your hips up to the ceiling. Walk your hands back to your feet. Hang here for a moment. I always like to take this moment in all of my classes to tell my clients to relax their neck. Let your neck go. You don't need it right now. It should be literally hanging off your body like a rag doll. Take a nice big deep inhale, exhale, tuck your pelvis, and roll up bone by bone. Good, and when you're standing tall, the arms come straight up to the ceiling. Shrug your shoulders up to your ears and drop your shoulders down. Keep your heels together, toes apart. Squeeze your inner thighs, and then just let your heels float up off the mat to come into a little releve balance position. This is a balance challenge. Squeeze those inner thighs. Think about toes down and abdominals lifting the whole body up. Good. And then can you lift your right toes up off the mat? Maybe you can, maybe you can't. Just try. If you can't, you'll do it later. Good. Drop those right toes. Lift the left toes off the mat. Find your balance on your right toes and lift and just hover them there. And then lower the toe down. Good. It's okay. See, we fall out of it and then we just come right back into it. Good. And then float your heels down while you think about the energy in your spine going up, 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 up. Shrug your shoulders up to your ears one more time. Drop your shoulders down your back. And then press the air down to the sides away from you as you grow half an inch taller in space. And you're all done for the night. Good job. Bianca's done. I'm done. You're done at home. Thank you so much for tuning in.
Thank you.
I would love to answer some questions if anyone has them. So I'm going to awkwardly come and take my phone off the tripod and then try to answer some questions for you so I can read the screen. Who's here? Hi. Oh, Nicola, thank you so much for joining in. I'm so glad you got it in. Hi, Lisa. Hi, Greg. I don't know who's still here. We had Tim Farrell. We had Jen. We already said hi to Andy. We have Alyssa. We have Tessa. Katie. Hi, Katie. Steven said hi. Amazing, guys. Thank you so much. That was awesome, guys. Thank you so much. Alyssa, is this Alyssa? Do you know?
That is Alyssa. Hi,
Alyssa, hi. Thanks for tuning in. I'm so glad you liked it. Hi, Sydney. Thank you guys so much.
Thanks, Alyssa.
This was our first Watch That Rock Live. We want to keep doing it. We'll be back next week on, not this coming Saturday the 19th at 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. We hope that you'll be able to tune in again. If you can, that'd be awesome. If you can't, that's okay. We are going to archive the classes on our Watch That Rock's Instagram stories and highlight reel. Question, never done Pilates before, so want to know if this is the normal pace? Yeah, it's a great question. It is about the normal pace. I talk fast, and I wanted to get a lot in 45 minutes. This is about the normal pace. I also talk a lot, and I was just explaining a lot in terms of being a first timer, or like this being the first class, I should say. So I really wanted to make sure I got a lot of technique in, and since I can't see you, so it may move more quickly sometimes. Yay, thanks, Nicola. We will be archiving. It may move more quickly sometimes, just depending on what class you're in, who the instructor is. Also, too, if you get to a point where you know the order, you can go through it as quickly or as slowly as you want. What I always like to say is that slow Pilates is not a bad thing. Joe Pilates actually called...
It's harder.
It's harder, and it's more core work. It's more control. Joe Pilates actually called the method contrology. He didn't call it Pilates. He didn't name it after himself. We did. So it was contrology. So it's all about control. Controlled movement of the body. So that's the goal.